Line's good name.
Silverman defended Wilcox, claiming he was a respected member of the community. The Smith County Sheriff's Office will apply for grant money from the state for immigration enforcement. It would be in addition to reimbursement from the federal government. The decision met today with some pushback at a commissioner's court meeting.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Opposed.
In a 4-to-1 vote, Smith County commissioners allowed the sheriff's office to apply for a grant program established through a state Senate bill to support sheriffs who've entered into agreements with ICE. The court's lone Democrat, Commissioner Ralph Caraway Sr., voted against the measure.
So I voted no because I think we just need more public clarity about what we're presenting.
Based off Smith County's population, the sheriff is eligible for $100,000. Funds the state says can be used for immigration enforcement related pay, equipment, training, jail costs, and other expenses.
It's got so many uses that it will really assist the sheriff's office.
Last year, the court voted unanimously to allow the sheriff's office to enter into what's called the 287G task force model with ICE, and later approved an agreement allowing the sheriff to be reimbursed by the federal government. A decision followed by several protests. Delilah Reynoso with the Texas Jail Project has been an outspoken critic of the county's work with ICE and addressed commissioners today during public comment.
What grants are the commissioners and the judge looking for all these children that have been impacted by this policy? So it is related to what I just spoke on yesterday.
Well, to me, just for me to clarify, this is about how the taxpayers have been impacted.
When it comes to Reynoso's question about grants for kids impacted by immigration enforcement, County Judge Neil Franklin said this.
I would say if anything comes out like that, I would say the auditor's office would look at it.
Now, by the end of this year, state law will require all Texas sheriffs operating jails to enter into agreements with ICE. Some East Texas law enforcement officers now have an